Tonight, from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. The Baltimore Ravens taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
They love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight.
The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Ravens take over first.
So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback back in the NFL for the first time since 2016. It's Colin Kaepernick.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Kaepernick's going to keep it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Bilal Nichols in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Kaepernick now on 3rd and goal, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they'll begin by running the option. Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a second down.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
That's good for a Baltimore Raven. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And now he'll tuck it and run. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
At the 47-yard line.
Option play, and Kaepernick's going to run with it. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game. And all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now they'll throw with Kaepernick. Got an open man, it's Harmon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
And 2 at the Cowboys.
They'll go option on second down, right side. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, he'd had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. This Cowboy defense looked ready for that third down pass. Brings up fourth.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
50-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
Ravens 3.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. First down. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
At the 32-yard line.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Robinson, the ball carrier.
The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 16 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown as well.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room, in the cold tub, trying to get his legs back for this game.
On the run, It's Robinson. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
The ball carrier.
On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
First down, Cowboys.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
7, Ravens 3.
They'll run on first down. Robinson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
He was brought down by David Long. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up.
They'll run here with Robinson.
At the Ravens.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
James Robinson.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They run. Robinson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down.
James Robinson.
Give him the 3rd down conversion. 5 yards on the play.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, now Garoppolo. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He will find Davis. That's complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
3rd down.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Good. Makes the score Cowboys 10, Ravens 3.
So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, it's Kaepernick. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. He gets it to James White. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
They stopped him in his tracks. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
1 yard gain. Brings up
on second and 9. Garoppolo. This one caught by Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
And the Cowboy first down.
They'll run it now with Robinson. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a give, right side. Robinson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Got a man, it's Tanyan complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. Back deep, Alex Erickson. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Here now a look at Melvin Gordon. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. Catch is made, it's Harmon. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
But so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Kaepernick to throw again. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Whitney Mercilus showing no mercy. Flies in for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Open man, Erickson. That's complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 3rd and long, it's Kaepernick. He completes it right side to White. Now the Cowboys going to burn the 1st of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
The field goal, a 41-yard attempt.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and that'll bring him back within 4.
Makes the score Cowboys 10, Ravens 6.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Robert Tonyan was the one he was looking for, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He'll find Miller. That's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Garoppolo now. And that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Over 1st and 10.
And now here come the Ravens. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room. And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Harmon. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game, as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. As far as the early games go in that 1 o'clock window, we'll be focused on that game in Nashville. A big one for the Titans, as they'll match up against the Cleveland Browns. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the New York Giants. And finally, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And how about the quick feet there as he made a man miss on his way to a solid gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and
they run the option on second down. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
They will run again with Coleman. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
First down. It's Robinson. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Defensively, Baltimore's in a dime look here on third. Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Let's go, come on!
So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
3 yards to the gain there, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On second down, It's Gordon, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Now Kaepernick. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harmon. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
1st and 10.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now a play fake. Kaepernick. And he will go down. A Cowboy sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Here's 3rd and long. Kaepernick needing a big play to counteract the sack. Kaepernick going to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Kaepernick's pass intended for Taywan Taylor. Incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Here's Drew Kaiser now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. With it is Jackson.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On 1st down, Garoppolo firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Robinson. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory.
The ball carrier.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Garoppolo. And Davis has it over the middle. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup. 1st down, Cowboys.
They'll try the left side. It's Robinson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Ball carrier.
It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
Jimmy Garoppolo sacked. Fumble on the play.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. This one complete to Tanyan underneath. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Ravens' 19-yard line.
Here's Coleman on the draw. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up 1st and goal. Starting to feel a little to me like the air is coming out of the balloon, so to speak, defensively.
They're taking their will from them right now. That's what they're doing. Whatever they want to call, it's working. They're handling things up front, and it's not just the offensive line. It's everyone. You're seeing the guys on the perimeter blocking downfield and making sure that they're secure. So, yeah, you're exactly right. The air's out of the balloon, and right now they're almost lifeless.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Kenny Golladay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys will extend their lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Got an open man, it's Harmon. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
This is White on the screen. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. Finds the open target, Arnold. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They defer to White out of the shotgun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
White, the ball carrier.
Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols.
At the 11-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Right there. 54, right there.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. This will be caught at about the 5. And the Ravens are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Step, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Colin Kaepernick scoring on the 2-yard keeper, and the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
There's certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. Now this time, Kaepernick will throw. Dancing to his left. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead a little bit further. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Thomas. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Again, it's Robinson. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
And it's 3rd down.
Down to a knee goes Garoppolo, and that ought to do it. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away.
Tonight.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on. So for Dallas, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Cincinnati next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.